Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Gesso Greetings, and today we're going to make a mixed media tag, and it has a lot of texture on it. This particular one, I put a little 5 on it, and I just put the string back in it that came with it. I'll later put some gold ribbon in it. But this is what we're going to make today, and I'm going to show you how. You get yourself a napkin, and it doesn't have to be a real fancy napkin, because what you're going to do, for once, we're going to use the inside of our napkin. A lot of napkins have 2 and 3 ply, but in this particular case, we're only going to use the one liner piece. And I usually try to start at a corner, and I just pull it off like this. Excuse me. And we'll pull this up and save it for another time. Okay, what I'm going to do is take my Mod Podge. That's another item you're going to need. I'm just going to let my napkins sit here. But you kind of want to do your napkin first, because you don't know how long it's going to take you to separate the layers. And if your napkin happens to have 2 layers, you only need to use 1 for this project. And I just put a fairly decent coat of Mod Podge on my tag. Next, we're going to take our napkin and probably tear about 1/4 of it off. It's probably about all you need for this project. And lay it over your tag, and then start scrunching it up together. Now, you don't want to do it too much, but you want to have some wrinkles. I'm going to take this off again and try it, because I didn't get it up high. There we go. I didn't get it up high enough on my tag, but there's plenty of Mod Podge to hold it. And you want some wrinkles, but you don't want a whole lot. Then you go back and put Mod Podge on top. What the Mod Podge does is keep it sticking to the tag, and it's actually making it part of the tag. Now, I will leave that one like that for a while. Get it off my paper. Put it over to the side. And I'm going to do another one while I'm at it. Now, excuse me, after you've got it stuck, let it sit for a little while, maybe about an hour, and then trim it down, turn it over, and trim it down, and get the extra napkin that's sticking over the tag, just cut it off. Then, what you want to do after you've cut it off, let it sit for at least a couple more hours, or overnight is really best, so it'll be good and dry. And the main thing to remember is when you finish, you've got to wash your brush out right away. Don't just let it sit, because you can ruin your brush. In fact, it ruins the brush anyway, but it won't be usable at all if you don't go ahead and wash it out with nice hot water, so you can get rid of that Mod Podge. Okay, and this is what I use, Mod Podge. And I'm going to set my two that I just did over to the side. And I have two that I did last night that we're going to be using. Now, this is what it looks like afterwards, after you trim it down. And as I said, don't overdo the wrinkling of it. This is kind of an overkill, but we'll see how it looks. But this is really sticking up too much. This is more like how you want it. But we'll see how that works out. Okay, I'm going to put my tag over to the side, out of the way. And we'll kind of do both tags at the same time. So say I trimmed the side, that extra napkin away. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, because I got just a dab of glue on it, and I can wash that off my plastic. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to get is my spray. And we'll try this with this. I have trouble with this particular bottle, so we'll have to see how it does. It doesn't want to spray like it's supposed to, but we'll do it. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it kind of comes in drops, but that's all right. It's working on it. And you'll see that that's fine, that it does that. Well, let's see. Excuse me. Let's find get a little red on here. Okay, let me put a little bit of green on here. This is gonna look a little Christmassy. Okay, after you get the glitter on that, after you get your spray on there, and what I'm using is Dylusionals Spray. I'm going to spray some water. And I'm going to put much, just a little. Then I'm going to let it run. And that way it picks up. Not only it's only designed with the running, but it picks up the Mod Podge design too. It emphasizes it. Put just a little more on it. There we go. We'll let that sit like that. And we'll work with this one a little bit. Now there's that big piece of napkin where I had it sticking up way too much, but it's going to make it interesting. Let's go back and put just a little more of the orange. I don't know why this atomizer doesn't work. We'll put spray a little water. There we go. It's up to you, excuse me, it's up to you to decide how much you want it to run and what you want it to look like. We'll put another little shot of green here and see what we get. There we go. Okay. Now, now that we've got this painted, I'm going to let them sit here for a few minutes and let them dry. And I'm going to get my heat gun and speed up the process for a minute. So I'll turn off the camera while I spray, while I use the heat gun. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take my Versamark. I'm going to make sure this is good and dry. And I'm going to take and put the Versamark all over the tag. Next, I've got some Go embossing glitter. I'm going to put on it. What I'm doing is just spreading it out. Let it go over the whole thing. And then knock as much of it off as you can. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to knock it. This one area seemed to have collected too much, and I'm just kind of brushing it off so the whole tag won't be a solid gold piece. Okay, let's see what we have here. We may want to go back and do this again. First I'm going to get my glitter up. Okay. Now we're going to see what we have. Now I'm going to leave the heat, and let you watch this on and hear the heat gun so you can see how it changes. Okay, and here's our piece. And there's that piece that I wasn't sure if I'd like or not. That had the extra thick napkin. Now, so down here I brushed some of the gold off, but I probably didn't brush enough off. Or what I might have done is put the Versamark down on the paper too closely, too hard, so that it got some down in the crevices. Well, let's try the other one. Each time we do one, I find something different, or I learn something different. That, of course, you do that every time you craft, but this will change. This tag is different every time because the way you put the napkin on and the amount of gold that gets on it. Now let's see what happens here on this one. Okay. Let me get the top of this so it won't spill. Now, let's see what we have. This one, I don't think it's going to have near as much gold on it. So, we'll see which looks nicer. Okay, and here's that other one. Now, here's one here, and the reddish one. Now, I was wondering which you like the most, or which you like better. If you will, if you make a note in my at the bottom of my video, tell me which one you like the best. The one I did previously, the one that has a lot of gold, or the other one, and that this would be 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to put a little decoration on it. We'll see what happens. I put a little 5 on the first one. It doesn't show up real well, but we'll see what we can do with the other 2. I wanted a number, but I probably should have made a black one for it to show up. But on this, let's see, we have on this one, I don't think we want to put the gold. Let's see. We might put that. Let's try a blue. See which looks better. Yeah, I like the blue. See if I can find 2 that are about the same size. Okay. And 1 more. Okay, I think this is... Okay, I'm going to put 3 on here. And pretty much 3 different sizes. Let me get my pointed, well, I call it my pointed glue, but it's the glue with the pointed top, my designer glue, and we'll put that on. And of course, when you get through, you want to clean out the holes so you can put your ribbon through it, or threads of whatever color you wish. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please come back and see me again, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great crafting day. Bye.